hello. Ugh. That's right. It's that time again. Direct Action Gaming. It is Zombicide 2nd Edition time once again. Last time we were doing Mission 8 Zombie Police. This time we are doing Mission 9 Might Makes Right. And we're going to start off by reading through the mission stuff so that we know what we're about to jump into. All that jazz. I'm even going to read the little text because, yes, each one of these missions in the 2nd edition rulebook has a little bit of story-type text just for the heck of it. I don't know if, this is all considered to be, a campaign, per se, or some sort of real unified story, but I don't know. I'm going to read all the things just to make sure we know what's going on here, right? So, might makes right. We found the shelter, and because we found the bunker last time, and we have enough supplies to feed a small army. There's also a radio that's still working. Thanks to this, we have found another group of survivors in the suburbs. They are defenseless and surrounded by zombies. There's no reason for this to be a trap. United we stand. Solidarity. It doesn't say that. Let's make some new friends. Found dental floss today. It felt like Christmas. Well, maybe it does when you haven't flossed in a long time, perhaps. I haven't. And I have dental floss. I just keep forgetting to do it. Okay, so, yeah, let's keep going here, reading all the things. Basically, this is sort of what I alluded to last time. We're going to be doing this 4-tile map, and we are going to be finding people. That's kind of the goal here, is we want to find survivors. So each objective is going to potentially represent a survivor that we can find. Now, normally in the rules, in the 2nd edition rules, I should say, you just grab a random other survivor miniature and then you tack it on to the survivor that you are playing as. And so one survivor is the leader, and then the other survivor is sort of the companion, and you just sort of get their blue skill tacked onto yours, which is kind of nice because you get 2 different blue skills. So that's cool. But I do have Angry Neighbors, and Angry Neighbors does have these old 1st edition type companions, which are also pretty cool because there's 4 different classes of them. There's a sniper, a gunman, there's a searcher, and there's also a handyman. And each of them seems to give both active and passive buffs to the leader survivor. So it's not a whole skill that you get, but it can be a little bit better in a sense, I guess, that there's buffs to your character and whatnot. And I guess you can have one survivor could have several NPC companions at once. But for the purposes of this mission, we're really only going to be having 2 of them. The goal is to get 3, and as soon as we find the 3rd one, the mission is over. So there's really only going to be 2. As soon as we find the 3rd one, boom, we're good. And that's what this says. Objectives: rescue your new friends, find 3 companions to win the game. Special rules set up. So we are placing the green objective randomly among the red objectives face down. So much like in one of those earlier missions that I played on this channel, one of these red boxes has a little green dot on the bottom, and that is the one that, it's not the one we're looking for, but it's the one that isn't a survivor. Every box that doesn't have a green dot is a survivor. So the one with the green dot is just going to give us 5 AP, and we're going to have to keep on looking, basically. That's how that works. And yeah, that's what the next one says. Okay, there really isn't that much more to read. Most of these mission descriptions will say this, kind of the same stuff over and over again. Just that, hey, objectives exist and they will give you 5 points. Epic weapon crates exist and they will allow you to draw from the epic weapon deck. And it is letting us know that the police car cannot be driven. I guess it's immobilized, but we can search it for weapons. So there is that. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, besides all of this jazz, if my cousin Connor is watching, and I know you probably are, we are doing a test run as well for the Rio Z Janeiro survivors. That is the crew we're using today. We're using the Rio Z survivors because why the hell not? This is not Rio de Janeiro. This is not the Rio de Janeiro campaign, but they are still survivors that I could use. So we're gonna try them out. One thing I should mention though, one of these survivors, Steven, has a blue skill that kind of annoys me. I don't like it. It doesn't work for me because it only exclusively pertains to like the first player token, and I don't use that. I don't use the first player token. If y'all have been watching me for a little while, you probably know that. I just sort of, I mean, I'm doing this solo, and even when I do this game co-op, honestly, like I it's kind of like the noise tokens. I don't think this first player token really helps the game. I think it's better to like sort of strategize with regards to which survivors should be going. You know, like it makes more sense, I would argue, that like they work together as a team and they don't say like, oh well, I can't go yet, you have to go first. Like, I'm sorry. Anyway, point is, his skill is called Master Planner. I'm gonna home rule it and replace that with Born Leader. So yeah, Steven is going to be able to give an extra action to other people. We also have barricades. To explain barricades just really briefly, like we have these little tokens for barricades. They're double-sided, and they're double-sided for a reason, because like you actually need like 6 actions to successfully put up a complete barricade, right? These, as you can see, these tokens do not cover a whole street. They could cover a door, or they could cover like a half of a street like this. So the idea is you would need basically 2 survivors working together during a turn to put up one of these tokens, because you need 3 actions to have it partially complete and 3 more actions to have it actually complete. But once we can put one up, then that means like we can barricade a door. So normally when you open doors, they're just open forever and zombies can pass through them. But with barricades, you can then close them off again. But it's almost better in a way than just closing the door again, because now you still have line of sight. So survivors can see over the barricade. They can shoot at the zombies. The zombies in turn have line of sight, which means they're still going to try, actually, to pass through the barricade, even though they can't. So the zombies do not move away from the barricade until like a shorter path opens up to other survivors. So in theory, you can keep your survivors behind a barricade and just keep on shooting at them. But the zombies you are risking that the zombies will eventually break the barricade, because upon getting an extra activation, like that zombie type is then going to be able to have the extra oomph to smash through the barricade, and now they can pass through. Survivors can tear down barricades themselves if they want to, but basically I'm including these because why the hell not? It's kind of fun. It's kind of a neat little mechanic. And I sort of have to, because like the handyman companion like serves almost no purpose if you don't have barricades. Like that's the buff that they give, is you can put up barricades quicker. Blah 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 blah. Let's go for it. That's enough explanation. We're just gonna jump on into it. Okay. Also, you may be noticing we've got a slightly different setup here, a different camera angle. You're not going to see me as much. I noticed last time that like I was standing in the way of the action like at least half the time. So I decided to move my little gaming table a little bit, so that way the camera is basically right over it and I won't be standing in front of the camera. This is the ideal position for a camera for like a board game playthrough, I would imagine. So here we are. It took me a while, but I finally figured it out. Okay, so On to the mission. We have our survivors starting here. We've got 3 spawn zones. We have 4 objectives. We kind of need to bust into all these tiny little buildings to see which ones have the survivors that we're looking for. As soon as we get the 3rd one, bingo bango, we are good to go. So, with that in mind, we are going to open up our first building here, and we're going to do it with Elliot, because Elliot has a capoeira fighter. What's nice about these Rio Z survivors is they have special skills for that from that campaign that no other survivor will have. So we've got like capoeira fighter, shine in darkness, good eye, master planner is the one we're not using actually. Blessed is one from Donna Kakilda. We'll talk about all these as they come up, but right now capoeira fighter it's a pretty OP skill. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's basically a combination of improvised melee weapon and break-in. So basically Elliot, she can open up a door like this one for free. It doesn't even cost her an action to like just kick this door open like a horse basically. Like she has really powerful feet. Legs. The legs that are right. So also if you're unfamiliar with the improvised melee weapon skill, that basically means Elliot always has a melee weapon. Even if she's equipped with guns, she always has like kind of like a free melee attack that she can use. Which makes sense because she's a martial artist. Her feet and hands are just weapons. So that's more or less how capoeira fighter works. So we have opened this building without even using a single action, which is kind of dope. And we now need to spawn for these dark zone areas inside the building. Alright, so we're going to do the furthest zone away like usual. We are grabbing 3 VIPs. Let's see, we've got hot dog, construction worker, and a cop. Okay. Next spawn is Seekers. Okay, we got 1 Seeker right in front of us. Alright, so since Elliot did not need to use any actions just yet, that was a free door busting action, she can then move inside and still have 2 actions left to start swinging with her baseball bat. Yes, she is a martial artist, but I also gave her the baseball bat because that's still better than her fists, I guess. Anyway, let's see. So yes, 1 hit. Okay, cool. Elliot kills the Seeker for 1 point. Okay. So she now has 1 action left. Might as well take the epic. We'll see what that is. She takes the epic, and it is a zombie in her face. Ugh, great. Make sure I shuffle this epic deck. Okay, it is a zombie that someone else will need to deal with. Okay. So that is Elliot. We are going to say she has been activated. She is done. Who should go next? Let's see. Well, we're going to need melee here. We don't want to shoot into this zone where Elliot is. So probably we're going to have Donna Kakilda go next. Move, and she gets 2 melees. She has her fire axe. She will hit on a 4 more. That is a miss. That is a hit. Okay. That zombie is dead. Donna gets 1 point. And she is done now. Okay. Now we do have Nay with Sprint. So he can get straight to that objective in here. And snatch it up. And we can see it is not green. There's not a green dot on the bottom, so that means we have found one of our survivors already. So I'm going to take this little deck, and I'm going to grab one card from it at random to see which type of NPC we've gotten. And it's a searcher. Okay. So Nay has a searcher. Boom. There's the model. We have found Philip. And this basically functions like a flashlight for Nay. He can get +1 card when he searches, and the searcher does not occupy an inventory slot. So most of these companions are going to function like the dogs that we were using earlier on. You kind of have to like carry them like an item, which is weird, but that's how the rules used to work. Searcher, however, does not occupy an inventory slot, so that's nice, I suppose. But what's interesting, though, I guess, is if Nay were to get a flashlight, then when he searches, he could get 3 things. He could get 3 items at the same time, which might be kind of cool. But anyway, he did a sprint. He did a grab. He might as well, I don't know, might as well move back. Because we probably do want to just keep moving. We might go in here and search to see what we can find with our remaining actions, but we don't really need to stay here and kill these VIP. I mean, they're going to come to us and we're going to shoot them next turn anyhow. So, yeah, that was Nay. So we have 3 more survivors that can go, and they're probably all just going to go inside and search. We do still have Steven that can give somebody an extra action. So there is that. I don't know if we're really going to make use of that this turn, though. So, alright, let's go with MC Jordan. He's going to go in here and search, and we're going to find a bag of rice. Okay. So MC Jordan gets 3 points. And that is him. So, let's see. Now we are Vivi. Vivi does have an action that has something to do with searching. She has Good Eye. And what this means is we can actually take 3 things, and then we can look at them, and then we can choose which one we want her to actually find. And I'm thinking she's going to take the sawed off. We are going to have to discard the other things that she found, but she now has a sawed off. We had a choice. I could have given her canned food for 3 instant points, but at the moment I think a sawed off is a little bit better. So we're giving her that. She is done, and we're going to have, let's see, I think first of all, Steven, actually, it might make sense to use his little skill on Nay, because Nay has his searcher. Let me get the first player token. This is what we're using the first player token for. Steven is going to give an extra action to Nay, so Nay can now do a thing. And Nay is probably going to search, so he just gets to grab 2 cards and keep them both. And, okay, that was good. Okay, so Nay has found a chainsaw and plenty of bullets. So that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. He is probably just going to keep That chainsaw, I don't know if that's going to be better for somebody else. Kind of looks like Nay and Elliot are melee people here. Vivi looks like she's pretty good at it. Kind of good at it too, I suppose. I don't know. Definitely Nay and Elliot are the melee powerhouses. Anyway, so that was Steven. Steven gave an extra action to Nay, and now we're going to have him move in here and search. Activate him. He found a thing, and that thing is plenty of shells. Okay. Alright. Steven did not gain any AP just yet. Alright, so that is our first survivor turn. Cool. Cool and good. So let's move these VIP. That is movement, and now we're going to do 3 spawns. First spawn at the first zone is going to be more VIP. 2 more VIP. Grab some models, put some random stuff down. We got a Santa, a cop, and a sailor. Cool. So let's see. How does the arm move on a clock again? It's going to be this one and that one. Okay. South. The south one. What is that? Alright, it's more VIP. Alright. I swear, these VIP and special zombie cards are always just sticking together like glue. I don't know how much I shuffle these. 3. Hot dog. Santa. And a construction worker. Okay. One more spawn is going to be... Brutes get an extra activation. Well, we don't have any brutes on the map, so nothing spawns to the north. All right. Well, let's see. End phase, we remove all these noise tokens because the survivors can now move again. All right. We might as well have Vivi start. So I'd like to have her take a shot with her sawed off. And she kills 2 of these VIP, so that's cool. Vivi gets 2 points. And she gets 2 sculpts for that. Alright. But I do think we need to keep moving down this way. So I'm going to say Vivi did that, but now she moves 1 and 2, so she's right here. And now we're going to activate Elliot, because she can move 1. Well, then again, we could either use her or Nay to bust this door open. Because Nay can sprint, and he has a chainsaw now. Elliot can move twice and bust it for free and still have 1 action left. So it's kind of the same either way, I suppose. Might as well stick to the bit. We'll do Elliot. She is our doorbuster for the most part. So she has been activated, yes, and we're going to open this door for free, so she has 1 action left. And we're going to have to spawn to see what the heck is inside of here. And that is even more VIP. All right. We got all the VIP in the front of the deck. Okay. I swear I thought I shuffled this. Get better at shuffling these tiny cards. I even asked about that in the Zombicide Discord. Anyway. So, she has 1 action left. I don't know. I might as well just move her in here. And now we can follow her up with Nay, who can sprint in there with his chainsaw. And he's still got Philip with him. Alright. So now we're going to roll 5 die, because Nay gets to do 2 melees. So that's 1 hit. Nay takes out a hot dog. Gets 1 point. Nay gets 1 more melee. 2 hits. Alright, so Punk is dead. Nay gets 1 more point. That is Nay. Alright. Okay. Let's see. Might as well switch over to Steven. And we're probably going to do the same thing we did last time. We'll give Nay that extra action, so that way Nay can search where he is and find 2 things, and that is canned food and plenty of bullets. So he has plenty of bullets and 3 extra points. Okay. Brings Nay up to 5. Alright. Steven takes that extra action back, and now he's going to move 3 zones, 1, 2, 3, to be in here with everybody else. Alright. And I guess the other 2 need to do the same thing, don't they? They need to move 3 spaces to be in here with everybody else. So I might as well just put activation tokens on the other 2. Well, let's see. Jordan could take a shot at that cop. Might as well have him take a shot. We'll say Donna uses all of her points to get in here with everybody else. MC Jordan is going to take 1 shot, so he'll be standing right next to Vivi. And he misses anyway, so yep, so whatever. 1, 2, he's right here. Okay, so pathing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these Zeds are gonna slide over this way. This cop is gonna move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so they're gonna just move. This is the only place they can move anyway. Alright, so that's movement. Gonna do 3 spawns. And now we finally get something else other than VIP. It is a Brute Rush. You get 1 Brute Russian from here to be right by these VIP. Next one is Walkers that rush. 6 of them. Okay. And this is the south. So they're going to be right with these other VIP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 walkers that rush. Okay. Alright. One final spawn is even more walkers that rush, but it's only 1 of them. We have 1 walker that rushes and is right here. Okay. So let's remove the noise tokens yet again. Starting to get a little bit better with this system here. Okay, so what now? Well, obviously somebody needs to take this objective, and that should probably be whoever's the lowest needs to go first. Might as well have Steven go first. We'll activate Steven. He will do some things. He's going to grab this, and it does not have a green dot on it, so We now know Steven gets one of these companions, so we now have two. We just need to find one more, and we're kind of golden. He gets a gunman. Okay. Steven will have to keep the gunman in his hand. But with the gunman active, we can spend one action for a pistol ranged action with all gunman companions in the zone, so that kind of stacks. That's kind of cool. But passive, we get +1 die ranged. So if Steven is to shoot his pistol, he gets to roll 2 die rather than just 1, which is pretty dope. Okay. All right. And he's going to search, do a normal search, and find a zombie in his face. That's great. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate because he doesn't have melee, so he probably shouldn't be firing off a shot in here. I might as well have him spend his final action to pick up this epic and see what it is. And that is... No, wait a minute. Let me just double check here real quick. Is Born Leader one of those things you can do for free, or does it require an action for you to do it? Yeah, all it says is during the survivor's turn, the survivor may give one free action to another survivor to use as they please. This action is used immediately. Then the Born Leader survivor resumes their turn. Okay. So it's not explicitly saying that it takes an action to use this, but when you use it, you give someone else a free action. I don't know. Up until this point, I've just assumed that it's like all these other skills where you can just sort of use it once per turn for free, kind of. It does not say use it for free, so I don't know. Since it doesn't say you may use this for free, we can probably assume this means you need to use an action to use this. Okay. Which means Born Leader is not quite as OP as I originally thought it was. You kind of have to use it, like, strategically. Anyway, so no, Philip can't do that. I mean, Steven can't do that. He is going to see what epic? Yeah, he's got Ma's shotgun. Okay. Alright, well, he's got that. Cool. So I guess we do need this token kind of now to represent that, like, Steven has one less action because he kind of gave one of his actions to somebody else. Anyhow, so that is Steven. Who else is going to go? Might as well go with Elliot. Elliot is just right here. We'll have her start. She'll start swinging with that bat of hers. Okay, she does hit. Kills that zombie. Alright. Gives her 1 point. I think she's going to bust this door open for free, so she still has 2 actions left. What we probably want to do is cross the street over here. Although, honestly, we might want to try to go here, because then we will be... let's go this way. We'll go through this door, Get that. If we're lucky, it's our third companion. If not, then we have to go all the way up here too. So let's see. Only Steven has gone so far. So everybody else is kind of free to try and get across to the street there. Now the issue is this big old group of Zeds right here, and there's a spawn zone right here. Elliot only has 2 actions left. Steven is kind of stuck here now. Let's see, Nay can sprint and open and still have 1 action left. Wondering how best to play this. Because we could have Elliot just chill here and search. I might as well do that. I'll do that. Elliot chills here. She searches. She finds a shotgun. Okay. Alright, so that's something. I think she's done, and we're gonna activate Nay next. We want him to sprint, bust, and then move back. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. So sprint, bust, and we're gonna see what's in there. Try to spawn this stuff before we get into yellow. Okay, we've got 3 Berserker runners. They are right here. Okay. All right. Trying to think, we might want to utilize the barricade thing to try and ensure try and make it at least a little bit harder for these Zeds to get to us. Maybe. One more spawn. Seekers. 3 Seekers. Okay. Alright, 3 Seekers right here. Cool. Okay, we've unlocked the path to this objective. We just need to kind of get there. I don't know if it's worth it using barricade in here, because sure, this is a big group of Zeds and it would be nice to be behind a barricade, but they've got 2 different paths that are both... I guess the rules would have us like split this group in 2, really. If there's 2 paths, if there's a group that has 2 paths to like the same place, and they kind of split in 2. Okay. With that in mind, like, I'm not gonna bother with barricades just yet. If we're gonna barricade anything, it'd probably be like this one right here, to try and ensure stuff from this spawn zone isn't gonna go right in here as we're trying to search and then like get across there. Okay. That sounds better than trying to waste actions barricading stuff in this little utility shed. Alright, so we have, I believe, 3 survivors that have not gone yet. We've got Donna, MC Jordan, and Vivi. So, alright. We're gonna have them all just searching to try and find some good stuff here. So, gonna activate Dona, and she finds... Great, she finds a fire axe that she immediately throws away. Because she already has one of those. I don't think we need another one. Let's see. So we want MC Jordan to go in here and search. And he finds a sniper rifle. Okay. That's not terrible. We have activated him. Might as well say, like, Dona and MC did their search and also moved out here with Nay. And Vivi's probably going to do the same thing. We're going to have her move inside. She'll do a search, and then she'll move again. So she gets to do her good eye again. So we can take 3. Now, when she does this, if one of these 3 cards is an A card, we don't ignore it. It still applies, but then there's 2 other things that we could potentially still have her get. So one of them is not an A card. It's a sawed-off and plenty of shells. So, tempting. It's very tempting to have her. Yeah, we want her dual wielding sawed-offs. With a lot of Zeds, I would feel a lot better if we have like as much firepower to deal with them as possible. So we're gonna have her ditch her crowbar. She throws out these other 2 things. She is now dual wielding sawed-offs, and then she's gonna move to be with everybody else right here. Okay. So runners are going to be right here in this zone with us. Let's really hope we don't get a runner extra activation. And if this is the noisiest zone, then there is no more splitting up. Like this group is going to go right back here, and something else is going to spawn there too. But all right, so let's do movement and spawning. Runners are here. Seekers move here. All this jazz moves here. This cop moves outside. All this stuff moves right next to us. Oh boy. We got a traffic jam already. Now we do spawning. Okay, so first spawn is... Okay, we got Berserker Walkers that rush. There's one of them. One Berserker Walker right there. And then we've got, there's one Seeker to the south. Okay. That is a lot of stuff that is in our way now. Oh boy, it would be nice if we had a Molly. But we do not. So... I don't know. We might have to just go the other way for now, really. I mean, we could try to kill everything there. I don't know. One more spawn, though, is going to be in the north. We've got one runner. Okay. One normal runner, not a berserker. These runners you can actually shoot. So if nothing else, we do want to kill these berserker runners because they are in our zone and they can only be meleeed, so we might as well just do that. And might as well take the path of least resistance as well. We'll probably kill these runners, go up to the cop car, try to bust in here, see what all that jazz is inside of there. This is not great. Who do we start with, though? We are in trouble already here. I think we're going to start with Nay. He is going to use his chainsaw to kill these runners. Okay, and he does. That was 4 hits, so these runners are dead. That gives Nay 3 points, and that bumps him up into yellow. 1, 2, 3. He now has an extra action. Okay, so that's not terrible. We are in yellow, but Nay has an extra action. Okay. And he's only spent 1 so far. He has 3 left, so he can now move up here and still do, I think, 2 more melees? He'll do a melee on this group. And gets 2 hits. So we'll take out the Brute. Well, he could take out... I think he's going to choose to take out VIPs, because that'll give him 2 more VIPs. Okay. So he does get to do 1 more melee. He did melee, move, melee. He has 1 final action. And that is 2 hits. So he will kill the final VIP and the Brute. And so this means he gets 2 more points. And he gets to draw from the Epic Weapon deck. What will we give him? I don't know. What would really come in handy right now? Some serious firepower would be nice. Although Nay is kind of our melee guy. I kind of think the Gunblade would be best for him. He can probably ditch his pistol and just take the Gunblade. And then we will reshuffle this. Alright, we're going to dump these VIP. Okay. So now, let's see. Let's activate Vivi. She's going to take 1 shot before moving at this giant group of Zeds right below us. Probably everybody's going to do something like this. Or at least everybody in the zone. Four dice, 3 or more. That's 3 hits. Cool. So we're going to kill 3 Seekers. We can do that. These are all basic. These are all basically walkers. We can just choose which ones we want. They all have the same targeting priority for the most part. They all have the same targeting priority. Vivi gets 3 points for that. Bumps her up to 5. And then she's gonna move here. And she can't... Yeah, she can't melee. She took a shot and she moved. Yeah, there's really nothing else that she can do. She still only has like 3 actions. She would need to reload to be able to shoot these sawed-offs again. So that's kind of it for Vivi. Let's see here. We probably want... Who should go next? Yeah, we'll have Steven go next. We're going to activate Steven. He's going to move and also take a blast. I forgot to give him his gunman model, actually. Yeah, there's the gunman. Okay, so I spent so much time painting those models. Alright. Normally he gets 2 die, but thanks to the gunman, he actually gets to roll 3 die for Ma's shotgun. He's going to shoot at this big old group here. And he gets 2 hits. So we're going to take out the final Seeker and one of the VIP. So Steven has a Santa. All the Seekers are gone. Steven gets 2 points for that. And then he's going to move to the cop car. Okay, for 3 actions there. Move, shoot, move. Alright. Cool. Let's see. Now we're going to activate Elliot. She is going to move twice. 1, 2. And then she's going to swing with her baseball bat to kill this final walker that's in this zone. And that is a hit, so she kills it. Gives her 1 more point. Okay. So now we got MC Jordan and Donna Kakilda. Okay. MC Jordan. I think we might as well have him move. And I'm going to have him take his sniper rifle and try to take out that runner. Alright. Probably going to snag plenty of bullets from Nate at some point as well. Yeah, I should have done that already. Oh gosh. Okay. That was a miss. He's going to take 1 final shot. And that was a hit. Cool. Runner's dead. He gets 1 more point. That is MC Jordan. Okay. Let's see here. Might as well have Donna just move and search the cop car to see if she can find a weapon. Move. Now with cop cars, you can search them for weapons. And this basically means we're going to go through... Oh my gosh, she finds a Molly. Okay. That counts as a weapon. She done found a Molly in the cop car. Okay. We have a Molly. So now we have a Molly, but I think we're going to hang on to it. Just in case the Abomination shows up. That could always happen. Who the heck knows? Okay, so that was Donna. We're going to have to try to remember Donna's special skill. She has Blessed, and that basically means everybody that's in her zone can always re-roll, 1 die. So it would probably be best to keep everybody bunched up as often as possible. Maybe have Donna move to our target zone first so that everybody can always re-roll 1 die. Because that could happen with MC Jordan, if I had been thinking about it. Okay, but anyway, let's see. This Berserker moves here. Berserker's in our zone. Cop is right next to us. All this jazz is right next to us as well. It moves forward. Okay. So now we're going to do spawning. So zone 1 gets 3 Seekers. 5 Seekers, because we're in yellow now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Next spawn is 5 walkers that rush from the south, so we still have a big old group right below us. It's even more tempting to toss a melee at this giant group now. Let me see, that's 4 and 5. 5 more Zeds right below us. That's a big old group. Yeah, I'm just gonna say when Donna found that Molly, it was in her hand. She has nothing else in her offhand. Might as well equip it just in case we need to use it. 1 final spawn is the Abomination. So, yeah. Thank goodness we have that Molly, and we're not going to be able to use it on that group there, because we have an Abomination. Let's see which one it is. Which abomination is it this time? Shuffle this deck a little bit. And it's the Abominable Cop. Okay. That's the one we get. Let's take him out of my little box here. There's not too much special about the Abominable Cop. Just the Abominable Cop shields everything else in his zone. So, yeah, you're not going to be doing any shooting with guns in a zone with an Abominable Cop because it all just sort of plinks off of him unless you've got a +1 damage range skill, I suppose, for the most part. So, yeah. I don't know. With this in mind, we might as well just move forward, toss the Molly, and then try to bust in this way. That's probably the best move. And we have done the movement and the spawning, so our survivors can move once again. So we are going to activate Donna first. She even does have a fire axe, so she could move, toss. Okay, if I have her move and toss and she kills the abomination, she's still not in yellow. So... Okay, here's what I'm going to have her do. Donna. She moves. She tosses. She gets 5 points for killing the abomination. Abominable Cop is gone. So that was 2. And... I don't know, it's kind of a waste to have her just chop open this door right next to her. Yeah. I don't know. She might as well just chill there. Alright. So that's Donna. Although... Steven always could give her an extra action. He could. Although that means he has to sacrifice one of his actions, which means he wouldn't be able to get all the way up in there. Alright. We're going to have to stick together and try to shave down this giant group below us. So we're going to do that. We're going to do a tactical withdrawal. We're going to be shooting as we withdraw and try to get into this other building. That's how this is going to have to work. So with that in mind, let's start with Vivi. She's got her dual sawed-offs, so she can give a big old blast to this group below us. How many can she kill? She gets 2 hits, so we might as well say she kills 2 VIP, which would mean she is, well, no, she doesn't kill these 2. She already has these 2 sculpts, actually, so... She just kills 2 normal zombies. But that still does give her 2 points. And that puts her in yellow, so she now has an extra action. Which means we could have her reload and shoot again. And still be able to move right next to Donna. So let's do that. She will take another shot... and still have 1 action to move back. And she only gets 1 hit. Okay. Wow. Hits on a 3 or more, she gets 1 hit. Well, that's 1 zombie that's dead. So that's something, I guess. So... Oh, and I almost forgot. This berserker Walker is in our zone. Okay, so great. We're gonna have to say she didn't take that extra shot because it's gonna take her an extra action to move out of this zone. I should have had a melee person go first to get rid of this damn. Whatever. This is what I get for not paying attention. Vivi has to do that. Use an extra action to move out. So we are now gonna need to activate Elliot to kill that pesky zombie that's in our zone here. Yep. Now this one is dead. Wrong box. Okay. She gets 1 point for that. We can have her take 1 blast with her normal shotgun. And that's 1 hit. So that zombie is dead anyway. Somebody else killed it. Puts her up to 5. Elliot is here. Okay. So now... So Nay, we're going to activate Nay. He's going to trade with MC Jordan. So MC Jordan now has plenty of bullets. Nay is going to... He's got 3 actions left now, so he might as well take 2 shots and then move up with the other people. So he's got Gunblade. He can roll 2 dice and hit on a 4 or more. And that's 1 hit. Might as well say he kills a VIP. One more shot. And that's 1 hit. So he kills the other VIP for 1 point. Okay. So then he moves up with his searcher companion, and that is Nay. Alright. So Steven is probably going to shoot twice and then move. He can... going to activate Steven. He can roll 3 die to shoot with his sawed-off at the group below us. And that's 2 hits. Scoring Steven 2 more points. He's up to 4. And now he can use his pistol to shoot at that cop next to us. And he does hit. So now he gets another sculpt and another point. So now Steven's going to move back with everybody else. Now I think MC Jordan is probably going to take 2 shots with his sniper rifle at those Seekers over there. Going to activate him. He can now re-roll if he misses. So that is a hit. He kills 1 Seeker for 1 point. Second shot. That is a miss, but he gets to re-roll now. It's still a miss. Okay. Now he moves with everybody else, and that is everybody. Okay. Well, we are now within striking distance of this next building. So let's see what moves and what spawns. These Seekers move here. These Zeds move right below us once again. Okay. And we're going to do 3 spawns. So, Zone 1, we get 2 VIP. So, Goth and a Santa. Alright, let's see. Next spawn is going to be 3 brutes. 1, 2, 3. 3 brutes down here. Cool. One final spawn, not so bad so far. Is 2 runners right above us. Okay, it's not terrible. I'll take it. It's not terrible. Okay, could be a lot worse. So I think what we need to do is this. We can definitely make use of this barricade thing now, I think. Because if we bust through this and get in here and then barricade this, the Zeds can't get to us and we can shoot at them. So we'll be able to chill in this place for at least a little while we see if that box is the one that we're looking for. So we need to kill these 2 runners first. So that's probably going to have to be Nay, I think. Or it could be Elliot, because she can move forward, melee, and open. She can open that door for free, basically. So let's activate Elliot to bust open that door. Okay, we're starting with Elliot. She's going to move to the runners. She's going to start by just busting the door. She has 2 actions left. What is inside of this place? First, we got 4 walkers that rush. Okay. So they are right here. Okay. One more spawn is 5 VIP. Okay. So we got some stuff we gotta chop through. We got a butcher. Another butcher. Noise. I think that's a punk. And a pimp. Okay. Alright. So Elliot still has 2 actions left. She might as well use her baseball bat on those runners. So she's going to have to melee now. And she does hit twice, killing both of the runners. That gives her 2 points and puts her in yellow, which gives her an extra action. Cool. Alright. So she now has 2 actions left, which means I might as well have her move inside and might as well melee. Don't need to do a shotgun in here. The melee would be more accurate. So yeah, she starts with it, swinging her baseball bat. For her final action, she'll swing and see how many VIPs she can rack up. Although, really, we might want to have her kill the normal walkers, because other people have VIP sculpts and could potentially grab us another epic weapon here. Okay, so she kills 2 normal walkers for 2 more points. Cool. Trim them down there, Elliot. Okay. Alright. Yeah, we might as well activate Donut to kill the next. Because if we have her just go 1-2 and move in here, yeah, her attack right now is not very intimidating, but if she gets even 1 hit now, she'll be in yellow and she can attack again, and everybody else that attacks in this zone is going to be able to reroll 1 of their die because Donna just exists here. So that was a miss. So that was Donna could kill the. She can't do anything else. All right, let's see. who should probably... It should probably be Vivi. We'll have Vivi go next. She could do a shot. Oh, she can't do it. She can't actually do a melee. So we might as well have... Yeah, we might as well have her start off and do a shot. And then she'll move twice to be in that zone. She can't do melee just yet, but we'll have her try to trim down some of these that's below us. Okay, so she kills 2 of them. And that's 2 points for her. So she'll move 1, 2. Okay. So we have 3 survivors left, and it's going to take 2 survivors in total to, like, make this barricade. So probably our best bet here is to start with Nay. We'll have him just sort of roll on in here because he can sprint and still have 3 melees left. And we're going to have him use the gun blade since it's a little bit more accurate. We use this in melee rather than the chainsaw. We're going to see how many VIPs he can get. So melee 1. He gets 3 hits. Cool. So Butcher, Pimp, and Punk. Yeah, that is 5 sculpts for him. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, he's almost an orange. Okay, he's gonna bring us up into orange now. Cool. So let's put these to the side, and we're going to give Nay yet another epic weapon. What should we give him now? You know, I might as well say he takes the Zansetsuken, and that way we can give that to Elliot. And so she'll have that. That sounds pretty good. Could have also taken the golden AK for MC Jordan. I mean, he's holding the... Whatever. I think it makes the most sense to... Since we're on a close combat map here, gonna want some tough melee. Alright, anyway, so let's see, Nay can do 2 more melees. Melee 2. That is 2 hits. So he'll kill 2 of these VIP and have 2 more sculpts on his board. And he gets 1 more. That puts him into orange now, actually. And that means we can say we'll give him either a free melee action or +1 die combat. Oh, what a choice. It's really tempting to take +1 die combat, but I still think a free melee action is just better. You just get a free melee action for him. Okay. So that, and he gets, well, in theory, he can go 2 more times now. He can go twice more now. Okay. So that is, yeah, he kills them. Okay, cool. They did. So that is 1, 2 points for Nay. Alright, so our other survivors here, they'll be able to move inside and probably search, but not do much else. So, I don't know, rather than search, it's really tempting to just have Steven do a blast real quick and then move twice. That means everybody's just going to be here, and we haven't done our barricade just yet, but there's still only one way for the Zeds to path to us. We just gotta repulse whoever tries to get inside and then put up the barricade next turn. So we're doing that. We're going to activate Steven first to do that quick shot. Gets to roll 3 die. And he gets 1 hit. I'm going to have him re-roll that to see if he can get a few more hits. He does have plenty of shells. Okay, now he gets 2 hits out of that. Alright. 2 dead Zeds. And that puts him into yellow, which means he now has an extra action, which is pretty cool. Alright. So that means he took 1 shot. He has 3 actions left now. So he can move twice. And I might as well have him search. And he finds a machete. Okay. He'll keep that, I guess. I mean, Dona might be able to use it. I don't know. He'll keep that for now. Okay, and MC Jordan is... It'd be a waste to have him, like, try and shoot at those brutes. I should probably just have him move twice and search. So, we're activating him. Yeah, we already did Dona. Jordan moves twice, and he finds a katana. Okay. So he might as well ditch his pistol. We'll say he has a katana. Okay. So now we move and spawn. So these walkers are here. These seekers are here at the cop car. VIP are right here. These brutes are right here. And now we do 3 spawns. So we do have yet another abomination right here. Which one is it? Even more reason to barricade this off now. It's gonna be... Shuffle this around. It's the Berserker Abomination. Great. That's cool. Alright. So yeah, Berserker Abomination, nothing super special. Just a big old Berserker. That also gets to move 2 zones at a time. So there's that. But yes, Berserker, so yeah, it's an abomination, so you can't usually kill abominations with range damage anyway. I guess that's why they added in the 2 zones per move. Obviously, you can kill him with a molly like usual, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. We're going to do 2 more spawns, and it's going to be, we got 5. We are in orange now. 5 Berserkers that rush. Berserker walkers that rush. So they're going to be with these brutes down here. Five of them. Okay. All right. One final spawn is 4 Berserker walkers. They do not rush, thankfully. They are just right next to us. And I guess they're just going to be there because we can't shoot at them. We would have to melee to take them out, and the plan is to barricade. Okay. That is 4 Berserker Walkers right there. Okay. So, who do we start with? Well, let's start with Nay, because he has 4 actions. So we can say, plus he has a Searcher Companion. I think we'd like to have him use one of his actions, at least, to trade with Elliot to give her the Zansetsuken like we were talking about. And then he'll use one action, the rest of his actions to start the barricade. The barricade has started. Now someone else is going to need to use another 3 actions to try and finish it. And let's see. Might as well be Vivi. We'll have her use 3 actions to finish it. Okay, so this door is barricaded off now, and Vivi has 1 action left. And we might as well have her search where she is. She can use her good eye to take 3 of these cards, and we'll see which one we want to choose. She gets either ammo or a flashlight. I'm taking a flashlight. She gets a flashlight. Let me toss out this ammo. Good eye, Vivi. Okay. So we have 4 survivors left now. So we might as well take Dona Kikilda. We'll activate her. She's going to move. And we're going to see if the game is about to end. No, it does not. Unfortunately, this is the one with the green dot. So Dona Kikilda just gets 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's unfortunate. That means we do need to chill here for a bit to distract the abomination. Try to maybe find a Molly. Bust out here eventually and get across the street. So, yeah, let's do that. So she did move and take. She might as well... Let me see. She's got 2 more actions. I might as well have her move here and grab this epic. And what is it? It's an auto shotgun. Cool. Now she has something besides her fire axe, so that's good. Let's see. I kind of think we should just have everybody else stay where they are and search for the most part. Because we kind of want to have our survivors just here to behind the barricade. Even though we can't shoot at those walkers for right now, we kind of want this abomination to get around the corner at least. So that's going to be 3 turns at least. We're probably going to have a big old conga line down here that we got to chop through to get through this door, but this is where we have to go. Alright, let's see. Steven, activate. Steven, let's see. Let's have Steven ditch a few things. see. Can I just have him give this machete to somebody? Yeah, you know what? He's gonna trade with Vivi. She's gonna have the machete now, so that way she has like a melee option. Okay, so that was a trade. And now he's also going to search and find water. Okay, so Steven gets 3 more points, bringing him up to 10. Cool. Alright. So let's see. Nay went already. So I guess we have... Yeah, we only have Jordan and Elliot left. Jordan can search and find a chainsaw. That's better than his katana. So, okay. Okay, he's got a chainsaw. Toss that out. And then we'll activate Elliot, and she finds a sawed-off. Okay. She'll put that in her back pocket for now, I guess. Although, no. Let's see, who could I give that to? Okay, honestly, I might as well have her trade with MC Jordan. Because actually, if we could give Jordan this and then get the chainsaw from him, that way Elliot has damage 1 and damage 2 melee. Because Zansetsuken is nice, but it can only do damage 1. So there's that. So Jordan will be a little bit shootier. That's cool. Everybody has gone, so zombies get to go now. So yeah, Zeds cannot move past this barricade now until they get an extra activation. Berserker Walkers never really do extra activate. So we're going to move everything. We're going to move these Walkers up here, these Seekers up here. We move these VIP, we move, oh yeah, and all this stuff. Okay, there's a bunch of jazz on the cop car now. Alright, so now we're gonna do 3 spawns. First spawn is 5 walkers, Berserker Walkers. You know, those Seekers could always be the one that busts through that barricade, because they get extra activations rather frequently. Every single time I draw a freaking Seeker card, so we can't count on this barricade for too long. Probably want to make a break for it like next turn rather than just wait here. So that was that zone, and the next spawn is 3 Berserker Runners. Are down here in the south. Okay. One more. Yep, Seekers. We get 5 Seekers in the north. Right next to us. And those other Seekers join them too. So that is a whole bunch of Zeds that are just gathered right there. Okay, so yeah, we need to get the hell out of Dodge. We need to get the heck out of Dodge. I do not want to wait for that abomination. We just need to get the hell out of here. Alright, with that in mind, what would be the best way to bust through these doors? Okay, let's activate Elliot. I think it says once per turn. She can bust a door for free. So we can have her move. Free bust. Move. She has 4 actions. That was 2 actions so far. And then, third action, she can bust this with her chainsaw. And then be down here. Okay. Then we can activate Nay. And he will sprint. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This is basically a game now, actually. Because he can move. Yeah, because he did a sprint. He still has 3 actions left. So, 1, 2. Boom. That's the third companion. And that's game. There's all sorts of other jazz on the board, but it doesn't matter. We found our 3 companions. For the heck of it, we'll see which one it was. It's the absolute hell of it. Doesn't really matter. Duchess, the sniper. So, Nay has a sniper too. But yeah, the mission does not say we need to do anything else, as far as I can recall. I'll just double check real quick. Might makes right. Just rescue your new friends. Find the 3 companions to win the game. Boom. Yep, that's it. We are done, y'all. Cool. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Hopefully it worked out a little bit better without, the screen being obscured all the time by me standing in front of it. Y'all got to see just everything. This is a slightly weird angle, a little bit, but you get a bit of a better close-up with all the things going on, right? With the board. Alright, well. Might as well move the camera a little bit. Y'all can actually see me. But yeah, this is it. End of the game, end of the episode. I might as well just chat for a little bit. There ain't all that much to talk about, other than just everything I've already been talking about. Like, I got that job, hopefully soon, and hopefully money coming in to get some new stuff for the channel. I'm just gonna keep focusing on getting more stuff finished. Hopefully before mission 10, I finally have those toxic zombies finished, and that will allow me to have another new enemy type to try and mess around with. Nothing else, might as well look at the next mission that we're going to be doing. That is... Oh, it's another 4-tile map. It is Small Town. And supposedly this is an easy one. Yeah, I remember doing this for one of my first few missions when I was first trying to get into this game, because second edition was the first Zombicide I ever bought. I know I mentioned that once upon a time with the first video in this series, but loved it so much I just had to get everything else. So yeah, eventually I'm kind of thinking about doing fantasy next. Once I finally finish all the stuff for modern, I want to do the Toxic Walkers next, like I said. Then there's the Washington ZC Survivors I'm probably going to do next. That way all the second edition survivors are done. I have all the campaign survivors finished, so we can do all of those campaigns eventually. And also have campaign survivors maybe in normal missions just to try them out, just for the hell of it. After that, I'll do the Skinner Walkers, because I do have those for Season 3 of the first edition. I'm kind of thinking of maybe at one point just having a full deck of nothing but special zombies, just like Skinners, Berserkers, and Toxics, because I noticed that with the Skinners,
I have more cards for them, and there are like Skinner extra activation cards that like just apply to Skinners, kind of. So I might be able to have like a full deck of just special zombies and like have no normal zombies, I guess. But phone going off. Okay, fine. So yeah, after that, I do also have the ultimate versions of the original survivors. I've got these legendary edition of like basically Phil, Amy, Wanda, Josh. Uh, you see these in across some of the versions where like you get these legendary special survivors that will have like 2 blue skills that they start with. That's kind of the only thing that's sort of special about them. They got 2 blue skills, and then like they also usually have like just better a better, more badass kind of build too. So Amy would still be Amy. I guess it just represents like a more experienced badass version of Amy, and uh, they even came with like these experience cards that I might want to mess around with at some point. I already kind of did once upon a time, but they work better with like first edition stuff. So I'll try that out at some point where, you know, I'm just doing like a campaign where like each time, like the way these experience cards work, like each time you go into like a new AP level, you can grab one of the experience cards, and they're usually tied to like a specific type of weapon, which is why they work better for like first edition cards, since a lot of the weapons may not still exist in second edition. They may be like stuff that was tied to like the first edition pretty much. But yeah, I want to finish. Once I finish all of that stuff, then it's, well, the first edition survivors. I have a lot of those, like a lot of them. Like I bought all the special guest boxes too, and wow, there was one box that was like $100. I felt pretty stupid for spending like $100 on what was effectively like 4 models, 2 of which I'm not even really gonna use that much. Because like with the first edition, you got a normal survivor model, but you also got their zombivore model, and zombivores aren't even really technically a thing anymore in second edition. That was like an idea that they tried for a little while, but I guess it didn't really like, you know, vibe that well with like the fan base. And it is kind of weird. Like with a zombivore, your survivor can in theory die, but not really. So it's kind of cheaty if you ask me. Like basically like a survivor could like just take all 3 wounds and be dead, but then you say like, oh, here's the zombivore version now, and it's, they have all the same stats and everything like that. They just now have 5 wounds, and that's how that works. Like you just get 5 extra wounds, and you swap it out for like another model, and you could like flip the card over to the other side to have the zombivore version that would still be the same as like the normal version. You just have a different picture now. I guess the idea is that like survivors can die, but they're like so awesome, like they'll continue to be half human when they're zombified, so they'll still be on your side, but they're zombies. You can probably see why they just got rid of this at some point. Like, it only exists in first edition modern. You don't see this anywhere else. And then on top of that, people were probably like, why am I effectively paying twice as much for like models when this is all the same. These are all the same survivors practically. I've got this big box of zombivore models that I'm probably never going to use, probably. Although they do have lost zombivores as an enemy type. So that's like a survivor zombie that's just, lost, and now they're like a zombie, but you represent it by saying, okay, here's the zombivore model, it has 5 wounds, and the survivor that kills it will get like, I forget whether you get like an epic for that, or if you can like just do an Amazon shopping run through like the equipment deck and just take like a weapon that you want. That's something that you can do by killing a zombivore. So I don't know. I might fuck around with zombivores at some point for the hell of it. I'm kind of thinking about just painting them and maybe putting them in my walker pool just to spice things up, I guess, just to make the board even more colorful. But anyway, once I finish all the modern stuff, fantasy next. So I'll start with Black Plague, I think. But beyond that, yeah, I want to do more painting. Just get better at like the basics of painting. I've been thinking lately, like, I can't really up my painting game that much to learn how to do the fancy stuff until like I get a job, so I actually have money to buy more painting supplies. Because right now I'm like, I've got plenty of paint. I've got a wet palette. I've got lots of neat little things, but to really get better, I think like I'm gonna need some like to be able to buy more brushes and more, like better brush cleaner and all this fancy stuff. Video editing is something that I've got in the back of my mind too. Like I'm probably going to be doing Blender. I want to get into Blender because that is an open source, like free program that I can use for video editing. And that generally open source stuff works better on Linux, which is the operating system that I'm using right now. So, and again, it's free. I don't have to pay anybody anything to use Blender. Apparently there is quite the learning curve for Blender. But what I'm thinking is, A, it's free. B, I can use it to edit videos. C, you can do a lot of other stuff with Blender too, though. You can do 3D animations with Blender. You can do 3D sculpts with Blender. You can use Blender to design new 3D sculpt files so that eventually I can make my own models, which would be pretty dope for like a board game that I would like to make. So now, of course, even if I can use Blender to make 3D files, I won't be able to print them until I have a 3D printer, right? Which is gonna cost more money. Especially because, like, I looked into 3D printing a bit a while ago, and you need a lot more than just a 3D printer, right? Like, you need, now, at first, it sounded really dope. I'm like, wow. That's kind of why I got into one-page rules, or wanted to anyway, is that, like, I could, in theory, get a 3D printer and just print out a bunch of, like, STL files to make an army, and I could potentially, in theory, save a lot of money in comparison to, like, buying everything from Games Workshop that's gonna, like, price gouge the hell out of me, pretty much. But, beyond the printer and the goop, I might as well just call it the goop that you get for the resin printer, the resin, because yeah, you want to make 3D models, you need to do resin printing. There is FDM, I think it's called, printing. That's the old school type of 3D printer. By the way, yeah, this is the part where y'all already know if you've seen me before. If you're still listening, if anybody is, y'all know this is the part where I'm just talking. I'm just talking because the gameplay's over. Anybody wants to to leave because I'm rambling too much, that's fine. I don't blame you. But I figure I might as well chat about some of my plans if anybody actually cares to hear that. And then this is just me practicing, trying to get better at presenting myself in front of the camera and formulate my thoughts and not ramble quite as much. Although, y'all notice that does tend to happen anyway, right? But long story short, beyond the printer and resin, those are like the basics that you would need to print stuff, in addition to like STL files that maybe you can get for free, but more often than not, you have to pay for the file. Now, you don't usually have to pay that much for STL files because it's just a file. You can't do anything with the file unless you have a 3D printer. Now, yeah, there's a lot to it. Like in a nutshell, I can just say that like 3D printing is a hobby in and of itself, is what people are saying. Like, it's a lot more accessible than it used to be, but there is still quite the learning curve to like getting a 3D printer set up and, you know, actually making stuff with it. Which is why I'm also partially thinking of like maybe if I get kind of good at it and I can print out some stuff for like OPR armies and whatnot, that's how I could get started with it. Like if I can just get one and start printing some things for like some one-page rules armies and whatnot. Because I do have like still the one-page rules Patreon membership where it's a really good deal, guys. Like $10 a month and you get access to all the stuff that they release. Now you're just getting their STL files, right? You gotta like set up accounts on some other websites, but you can get access to like all their stuff for like free, like STL files for everything you need to play the game. There's a lot of stuff that they give you just for free without even donating to their Patreon at all. All their lore and rules, it's all like PDF files that are on the internet, most of which is free. Like the stuff that you can pay for, you don't even really need it. Like you don't need to pay any money to play one-page rules, which is why I love it. I love that idea that like in theory you can just play one-page rules with like these paper models that they also have freely available on this other website that you basically can just print out. You can just, you know, use a plain old paper printer to print that stuff out. But yada yada yada. Once I get good with painting some of these printing some of these OPR models, maybe I can open up an Etsy shop to like print stuff for other people. That's a thing I can think of for a way for me to fund this channel. That might be like another gig I can open up on Fiverr. In addition to like painting, I could do 3D printing too. I've seen some people that have like 3D sculpting gigs too. So there's a lot of things that I can eventually do to like not have to clean toilets anymore. That might be nice. But for now, it's probably gonna be cleaning toilets because I'm not. There's a lot of stuff that I'm really interested in and that I really love to do and lean into, but it's gonna take time for me to really get good enough with this stuff to like actually charge people money for this stuff, or better yet, for like people to actually want to give me their hard-earned money to do things for them, right? Because it's tough out here nowadays, right? Yeah, so beyond all that, you still need more to do a 3D printer, by the way. Like, it's not just the printer and the resin. I mean, I've got this studio apartment here. It's one little room, and the thing about resin printers is, like, there's some fumes that they pump out that can be potentially dangerous, and they say don't do this in an enclosed space. It's like priming models with spray cans, right? It might be possible for me in this apartment if I get a bunch of extra shit. Like there's enclosures that you can get for your printer. You can sort of take the air and just sort of shove it out. Like I've got an air vent in the kitchen there that I could sort of run it off to. So it wouldn't be easy, but I might be able to get a 3D printer setup going in my kitchen. So this is way down the line. Right now, long story short, right now I gotta focus on just finishing these Zombicide models, getting better at painting, just the basics of painting down, get some money coming in here, and eventually I can get better at editing and a bunch of other things, and someday, maybe a year or two from now, I can really start making some cool stuff for y'all. But for now, it's just some of these basic gaming videos and just showing off these models that I got, that I buried myself in debt for. like I'm not kidding when I say I bought practically everything. For Zombicide, at least anyway, I have practically the entire range of... There's some stuff I don't have that's still on my Amazon wish list that y'all can look at. Like, I don't blame people for not wanting to buy stuff for me. I don't blame anybody for not wanting to listen to this rambling. Like, if anybody is still listening, it's a small miracle. But, or maybe you're my cousin Aileen, who said she was gonna just... she was just gonna, like, put my videos on loop to give me more watch time while she's at work or something like that. Shout out to you, Aileen, if this is you listening, just looping my videos to give me a little more watch time. We're going to wrap this up right now, though. Doing the Toxic Walkers, Toxic Zombies, and then we're going to do Small Town with them, and probably, like, either Crows or Seekers. Oh gosh, the next two maps are both 4-tile maps. I'm a little iffy about using dogs on a 4-tile map. So it'll be either Seekers or Crows. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking your ear off. This is the end of the video. I'm going to hit stop recording, and I'm going to see y'all in the next thing that I make, which is going to be Small Town Mission 10. Take it easy, y'all.